Stephen Fulton gets blazed in 8 rounds. First things first. Shout out to the whole UGC. Shout out to everybody catching the playback and the whole True Media movement. That's everybody that keeps it real, stays true to who they are, and does their part to contribute to this media. Congratulations to Naoya Inoue. My topic today. Um, I see a lot of people are changing their pound for pound list and are really extremely impressed with Naoya Inoue, as they should, because Naoya Inoue, he's a hell of a fighter. He did what he had to do. He went in there and stopped Stephen Fulton, but I was really like, I didn't really know what all the hype was about with Stephen Fulton. You can go back. I did my prediction. Predict he would get stopped and all of that. But um, I look at quality wins and who did Stephen Fulton beat that was really so quality. A lot of people will say Brandon Figueroa, or because he was a unified champ. I didn't think Brandon Figueroa is all of that, you know. And I'm not taking nothing away from Stephen Fulton, but I just didn't think he had displayed enough against top quality competition to prove to me that he's an elite fighter. And that's just me personally. Naoya Inoue, before this fight, was number 3 on my pound for pound list. Um, I'm keeping him there because I just felt like Bud and Usyk, who I have ahead of him, they just have better quality wins. I feel like they fought better competition. I know it's a different weight class, but Nonito Donaire, Stephen Fulton, I'm just not too impressed. I mean, arguably those are his 2 best wins. And but Naoya Inoue is still a hell of a fighter, terrific fighter. A lot of people were picking Stephen Fulton based off his size, him being at the bigger weight class. Naoya Inoue going into his 4th weight class, daring to be great. A lot of people was questioning if his power would carry up, and it very well did. And I had stated in previously, even on people's platforms, and I like to make my rounds before a big fight. I like to make sure I jump on certain panels if I need to, put up the content that I need to put up so that people know how I feel about the fight and they can get my opinion. So it ain't just some shit that's capped, and it ain't some shit that that's brand new. When the result come in, y'all will know what my opinion was on the fight, and I gave my opinion on the fight. I felt Stephen Fulton, once he felt the punches, that it was gonna change his mind up on a game plan. He was gonna do something different, and I was right on that. But once again, I just think that I mean, everybody don't get the picks right. Everybody don't always get the picks right, but I just think that we got to start analyzing these fighters a lot more closer and really start paying attention to skills, the skill set. And a lot of people just kept saying, "Oh, Naoya anyway, he got power, or he got speed, or whatever." But the guy got skills. Okay, he don't just throw punches wildly. He feints. The guy got good defense, head movement. He sets up his shots. He sets traps. And he's accurate. A very, very accurate precision puncher. And I felt that Stephen Fulton hadn't been in the ring with nobody like that. A very, very quick, powerful, accurate power puncher in Naoya Inoue. So I'm glad that he's getting the respect that he deserves. Going into this coming weekend, we got the big mega fight with Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. And I believe that if Bud can pull out the victory versus Errol Spence, which I believe he will, with him becoming 2-time undisputed champ, I believe that him beating Spence, that is a very quality win. I think a lot of people have Errol Spence ranked very high. I don't know about on their pound for pound list, but a lot of people believe that Errol Spence is that guy. A lot of people are picking Errol Spence to win the fight. So I would hope those people will keep that same energy if Bud gets the victory, um, and give Bud Crawford the credit that he deserves. Because I believe that, like, if I'm comparing Naoya Inoue and Bud Crawford as far as quality wins, I believe that him coming off the Fulton victory and then Bud coming off the Spence victory, if he pulls it out, I believe the Spence victory is a lot more impressive than him beating Fulton. You know, because I don't think that people uh globally in the sport of boxing rate Fulton as a better fighter than Spence. Maybe they do, but Spence with his style, being very fundamentally sound, and you know, the way he's been dominating as of late, then I believe that people will definitely give Bud the nod on the pound for pound list. Plus, it's two-time undisputed. In a way, it's going after two-time undisputed, but if Bud beats Spence, he'll get there first. And the guy who, in a way, is supposed to be fighting for undisputed, I believe, Argentinian, he's nowhere on the level of a Spence. You know what I mean? Nobody really regards that guy as a top quality win. So people may disagree, but that's just my opinion. So that's why I'm doing this video. I still have Inoue at my number 3 pound for pound. I haven't, there's certain things I see with Usyk and Crawford that it's very, very close, those three, but I'm sticking with that list. Bud, Usyk, and Inoue at the number 3 spot. Um, and we'll see what happens this weekend. We will definitely see what happens this weekend. Before I go, Stephen Fulton, I seen a little bit of his post-fight interview, just a snippet. And I seen that he seen the camera. People, said something to him. He looked at the camera and he's like, it ain't that much. It ain't that much. As if like I ain't take that much damage. That's clown shit. Okay. You should not be concerned or about, oh yeah, I ain't take that much damage. When we can go clearly back to the 8th round or watch the whole fight and seeing the damage being accumulated on your ass. And then they asked him a question about Naoya Inoue. Was it something that, did you see something different in there, or was it something you didn't expect? And he said, no, we expected that. It was just me. Well, I think it was you and Inoue. I think when you felt that power in the first round, that changed up everything you thought you was getting ready to do to Naoya Inoue, who you thought was, you'd probably be able to push back. And, even when you was able to push back Naoya Inoue, he was able to fire off the back foot and counter your ass. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people underestimated Inoue. I think a lot of people overestimated Stephen Fulton, And it's something about the Philly fighters, no disrespect, but Philly fighters been getting kind of cooked, man, as of late. They'll get to that top spot and it's just like a curse or something. It's just unfortunate circumstances, man. A lot of Philly fighters, that have been taking L's. And it's just unfortunate, Julian J. Rock, Jared Hurds, the Hank Lundys of the world, he retired recently. Who else? People mentioned Jerron Boots Enos, but he's not a champ yet. So we can't put that stamp on him. You got to be on some big champ shit. When he gets a world title, then we'll talk. We will talk about Boots. But yeah, man, hopefully somebody can turn it around for Philly. But once again, shout out to Naoya Inoue. Spectacular performance. And this guy's elite. Very elite. You don't make it on my top 3 pound for pound by not being an elite fighter. He's an elite fighter. He's gonna stay in my top 3. And he could move, he could very well move up to another weight class. We gotta see, especially if he dominates and become undisputed. We got to see what Naoya Inoue is going to do, but he's on some big champ shit. So before I go, I got to give this guy the Flame of Fame. Flame of Fame to Naoya Inoue for being a great fighter, having a terrific game plan, and changing a lot of people's minds about who you are in the sport. That's all I got, UGC.